Salute to you all. The brave never fall. I am outside right now, as I often do with these podcasts, and this morning it is absolutely freezing. It's about 20 degrees outside, and it's a perfect example of kind of the person I am and the person I've become. And it'll flow right into the course and the topic of this particular podcast, because we're talking about doing things that you've never done before and how that benefits your life in the long run. It's so easy to really just fall into a routine of being comfortable, and you really don't think about it much. As human beings, in particular, human beings, we are just accustomed to getting to a place where we're comfortable at all points in our life. No matter how old or how young we are, we're always looking to be comfortable. We're always looking for that day and that time of day where we're completely comfortable. And no matter what's going on around us, as long as we're comfortable and we're content and we're happy and we're where we believe we are supposed to be, in full happiness, regardless of the moment or how long that moment stretches. It could stretch for years for most people. If you think about retirement, that is something that a lot of people look forward to. It's a comfortable lifestyle. You finally get to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, travel, and be comfortable. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, some of my best moments of my day is when I finally get to kick my feet up and be comfortable. But just like retirement, that comfortable feeling does come with a very, very hard price. You have to earn it. It doesn't come easy. You have to earn the right to kick your feet up. How often do you see people on a minor level? Now, if we're talking about retirement, those people have earned it. If you've reached retirement, if you got into a place where you can retire from any job, I don't care what you did, salute to you. You have earned it. No one can take that away from you. You have every right to start living your life and being comfortable. And we'll circle back to what you can do with that area in other forms of life. But in particular, we're talking about people having earned stuff in their life. There's a lot of things that you have in your life that you probably feel the weight of how much you actually earned it and how much it just kind of landed in your lap and you didn't earn it, but you're enjoying the hell out of it. I think the easiest way to get through life is to be comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with that, like I said. People who want to be comfortable have their own mindset of what type of person they are, what type of person they were, and what type of person they are going to be. And if everybody was alike in this world, we wouldn't have extreme examples of people who pushed themselves to the extreme, or people who had very hard lives and have fallen back and have lives ended short, regardless if it was their fault or not. Those degrees, that is the definition of a human experience. If aliens from another world came here and just kind of looked at us in this little short time span we've been on this planet and looked at us in a microcosm, they would see a whole range of human emotion and what feats we can do, and just the dynamics of the human experience on a personal level does not reflect outwards to all the different types of people that are out there. You're talking billions of people out there, each one of them living their own lives with their own agendas, their own purpose. It's so easy to fall into a place of being comfortable, which is why I'm outside right now taking a walk very early in the morning. I get up extremely early in the morning when I don't have to. And a lot of times I would just go and I'll walk. It's 20 degrees. It's freezing rain outside, and I'm outside walking, and I'm doing this podcast outside. And it's just to get myself in the mindset for, I don't want to just say things to you. I experience things and then I want to share them. The Brave Never Fall is about empowering you to be a better person for yourself, but showing you that there are no excuses in life. You get out of it what you make of it. Good things will come to you when you put in the hard work. If you're not a good person, how are you going to expect good things to come to you? Sure, there are examples of bad people who have everything, but why do you have to be that person? Why can't you be the good person that has everything? You don't have to be a bad person to get those things. You can also be a good person. How I've gotten to this point in my life where I can walk around out here in 20-degree weather with freezing rain all over me and do a podcast and enjoy every minute of it is because, to me, this is absolutely nothing compared to some of the things I've been through in my life. And a lot of the things that I'm talking about, sure, we have those big life experiences where life lifts you up and then it tears you down. We've all been there. We all know what that feels like. I'm talking about the experiences you create for yourself. There's so many things out there in this world that if you don't go out there and manifest it for yourself, it's going to go right past you. How do you know who you really are if you don't test yourself? There's a reason why you go to school for so long. You can't learn everything about everything there is to know in 1 year, 1 school year. You don't go into kindergarten and graduate high school the very next year. There's a growth, there's a process. There's a reason why sometimes when you see an old couple who have been together for 50, 60 years, they just look like they just met each other. That's because they've grown and learned and loved each other and they know everything about each other. And if they're truly in love, it's going to manifest itself right in your face. You're going to see what a manifestation of true love and happiness is. You take that with anything in life. I honestly feel like if you start putting yourself in situations where you're doing something for the first time, your mind will start to develop in a very different way. And it's one of those things where when I stumbled across this little thing for myself that helped me, which was I'm going to wake up and I'm going to learn something new every day and not just read a new word or something out of the dictionary or just learn some type of new way of doing something. I'm talking diving deep into things. So if I had a topic, I would just pick a topic for that day, and that would be the theme of the day. I would learn everything about this one thing I did not know anything about. I'm listening to podcasts, documentaries about it. I'm looking at diagrams. I'm just learning everything I can about it. And I started doing that every single day. Now, if you think about that, translate that over to 365 days a year. That means I learned 365 new things that I never would have thought about in just 1 year. Those are 365 new experiences I had. And not only just something that's going to be like in my brain and out. No, I studied it as if I was studying a textbook. Because I want to learn as much about this place, this world, as I possibly can before I die. I'm 40 years old. 365 days out of a year, diving into all kinds of new stuff. Now, some days you can't do that because you don't know. So it's not truly 365 days out of a year, but you get my point. It's pretty close. Because even if I did it 5 days out of the week, look at all the stuff that I'm learning. I'm talking like all day. Like if you're active and you figure out things, not everybody can do this. This is just an example of what I do. Some people do something different every single day. If you have the time to do it, and this goes into the retirement thing. What do you do when you retire? When you've earned that right to kick your feet up, what do you do now? You have all this free time. How are you going to spend it? Are you going to spend it just kicking your feet up, or are you going to go explore the world? If you can afford to do that. But even if, let's just say you can't afford to do that. You have all this free time now. You have all this free time. And it's up to you to spend it how you like. Are you going to spend it basically forgetting everything you learned all of those years? All those years of working, all those years of relationships and things that you built up to earn your retirement. Are you just going to let those fade away? Or are you going to learn new things? Are you going to go and explore new stuff? I think doing something for the first time as often as possible is healthy for the human soul. It's definitely healthy for people who want more out of life, because it's very easy to do this now. I would say back before social media, how I have developed into the person I am today might not have been possible, because the only way for me to duplicate that, I would have to go to the library, read a lot of books, which I did. I was always at the library. I checked out 3 or 4 books a week. I learned how to speed read so I can get through them. I would get 4 different types of books: science fiction, biography, documentary, whatever. A technical book on how aircrafts work, just anything. I would just pick anything, and I would go home and read it. And I was doing this 20 years ago. So when social media came around and Google comes around and you can look up whatever you want, and YouTube, there's just endless documentaries, and you got Netflix, endless documentaries about animals and life. You can really go places now virtually that you could never do before. And I take full advantage of that. And then I translate that over to the real world. It's not only good enough to listen to this stuff and learn things, but it's also good to get out and experience what you've learned. Actually get out and share it with other people. And one thing I've found is that when you start doing things for the first time, when you start saying, I've always wanted to rock climb. I'm going to go to a place and I'm going to learn how to rock climb. What happens is that you will find out either you really love it, it's okay, it's just an activity, you may never go there again. But you experience something that you've never experienced, regardless if you're going to do it again or not. That's not the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is branching out and doing things you've never done before. And I'm all about that. I truly believe you need to try things out. Don't just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. How are you supposed to explore the regions of your mind and your body if you're just stuck in an endless loop of contentment? Which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But I always felt like the human experience begs for you to expand what you know. It's called evolution. There's a reason why human beings evolved into who we are today. There's a reason why you have a smartphone in your hand. That's evolution. We're all cyborgs now, essentially. You can't go anywhere without your cell phone. Any question you want to answer, you can just pick up your phone and look at it and answer it. So there really is no excuse not to be able to do something for the first time every day. Doing something for the first time every day is very easy today, because you can essentially be mindless. Pick up your phone and type in any word, and you're going to get all kinds of activities and things you can do just based off that one word. It's endless. There's just so many things you can do. Now let's take it back to a smaller level. That's stuff that you want to go out and adventure. That's more of what I was talking about. Going out and adventuring and learning how to do new things and exploring in life, this world, all the different countries and cultures and people. There's so many things you can do. And if you have a partner that wants to do it with you, the more the merrier. I mean, you don't always have to explore all this stuff alone. When you have somebody with you, that's even better. But you also can do this on a minor level. And this is something I always do. And this is something that I truly try to tell people to do every day. We all do small tasks we have to get through the day. Chores, errands, you got to go to work. I don't care if you're retired or not. You still have work to do. You still have to clean up around the house. You still have to pay bills. You still have to see family members. You still have to fix the lawnmower. You still have to fix the sink. There's stuff you just have to do. There's obligations, weddings, funerals, childbirths. You're still full of stuff, even in retirement. We know this. But throughout the day, there's so many little things you can do for the first time to make your day better, to make your life better, to make when you get done at the end of the night. No, you're not retiring from a job. You're retiring from that day. Did you earn your retirement for that day? Did you earn your retirement for that day? At the end of the night, when you lay your head down, you kick your feet up to watch the evening news, to watch your favorite show, to be with your loved one, did you earn that time? Are you satisfied with how your day went? What did you do that day? Did you just do the same thing? Or is there something about that day that you remember that stuck out? Did you improve upon something that you do mundanely every single day? Did you improve a relationship? What did you do today? How do you feel about it? Are you proud of yourself? How is your self-love at this point? You have to ask yourself those questions at the end of the night. How was your retirement from the day that you just had? There are moments within each day where you can improve upon things and do things for the first time. The first time means, hey, I'm going to fix something today that has been sitting there. That could be a first time because you put it off so long, it might as well be a first time. That's going into procrastination, right? All the little things that you've been putting off, get them done. To me, that's equivalent for doing something for the first time. I do it all the time. I look at it like, okay, well, I've been putting it off. Let's just act like it's a new thing. Let's just press the reset button and treat it like it's a new thing. I do it all the time. I do it with relationships. I just press the reset button. I'm going to act like okay, let's do this. And maybe that's a forgiveness thing that I do on a small level. But those are the things that we're talking about. It doesn't always have to be, okay, I'm going to go out and instead of 5 miles, I'm going to run 7 miles today for the first time straight. Or I'm going to pick a restaurant that I've been wanting to go to for the first time. Those things count. I'm going to do something. And this also goes back to the uncomfortable thing. A lot of times we don't do that because you don't know the outcome of what's going to happen. Some people don't want to do things for the first time because it's uncomfortable. But that's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. You don't know what you don't know. And don't you want to know what you don't know and know that you can get through it? One way or the other, you're going to find out something new about yourself that you never knew. I think that's a very exciting thing when you can wake up every day and know that there's something about yourself that you can improve and you don't know what it is. It's like you get a gift every single day. That's what I feel like. At the end of the day, when I get done learning something new or I do something I haven't done before, I feel alive. I feel like I'm part of this world. Because you're doing something and your body kind of, it's almost, I wouldn't say it's addicting, but it's a euphoric feeling when you do something, regardless if you like it or not. Your mind and your body says, that was fun just to try it. It was a little weird. It was a little uncomfortable. I didn't like it or I loved it, but it was a new experience. And your body will start to crave that once you work that into a routine. And it doesn't have to be every day. Like I said, 5 days a week is good. 3 days a week, once a week. Just do something new you haven't done before. Learn something new. Regardless if you use the tools or the resources or not. I learn about stuff that I know I'm never going to do in life. That's not the point. The point is that you're trying to introduce new ideas and things into your mind. It opens up your mind. It's like food for your mind. The food gets in your mind, it feeds you, and it's healthy for you. You don't want to starve your mind. If you're listening to this, I think you understand that. It's not for everyone. This is one of the topics that will not reach everyone because it's not something a lot of people even care to do. Because again, we live in a world now where being content and comfortable is the norm. People look at you like you're crazy when you're sitting around and you're studying a textbook about aviation and they're like, "Are you trying to be a pilot?" I'm like, "No, I just think it's interesting." They look at you like, what a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. You're gaining something from it. You're getting knowledge. It doesn't matter if you put it to use. But it opens things up. It opens your mind and your body up to new things. So when new things do arise, which things often do in life, regardless if you have any control over it or not, you're ready for it. You're prepared for anything when you start initiating these things on your own. You're conditioning your mind and your body to take on information quickly, to store it, to come back to it when you need it. It gives you confidence that you know things, that you're capable of learning and adapting and evolving to situations that inevitably are going to come at you and you're not going to have any control over them, regardless if it's long-term or short-term. The whole point is, what kind of value do you want out of your day? If your day is meant to be, I wake up and I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to go for a light walk my dog, watch my favorite shows, wash some dishes, pay some bills, run a couple errands, go visit my friends and family for lunch, come home, make dinner for my wife, we watch our favorite show and we go to bed. If that is your day, I salute you. That is your right. That is a nice, beautiful, comfortable, positive day. And that's all you can do and ask for as a human being, is just do positive things and be a positive person. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are other people who do those same things, but also while they're doing them, they're thinking, I need to add in a couple little things here and there to just spice this day up a little bit, make this day memorable, to stick out a little bit for myself. It's very important. It's healthy. It's a unique way of living. It's a fun way of living. It gives you a purpose every single day, because when we get in this journey, you're walking a path, there are long stretches where you don't see anything. There's nothing going on. You've gotten to a place where you're comfortable. You look at the horizon, you're scanning, and all you see is beautiful, positive, open nature. Sun's out, everything's great. There's no storm clouds. There's other people on their path, so walking along with you. They're waving at you. They're good. They're positive too. You've made it. You've gotten on a straightaway. You've come down from the mountain, and you're good. I'm the type of person where when those straightaways get there, I start looking for another path that kind of curves just a little bit towards something a little more interesting. And hopefully I have a companion with me that wants to do the same. Because guess what? Now we get to experience this together. It could be a friend, a family member, a loved one, a child. The more the merrier. As always, life is an experience. You should explore it. You should have fun doing it. Yes, it's okay to get to a place that's comfortable, but try to do some new things. It's very healthy. It's one of the most positive things I do out of each day. There's no downside to it. It's only an enhancement. If no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. I'm gonna go get warm.